One of the biggest questions and references slash Easter eggs in this movie was the death of Robin. Because, of course, in the Batcave, we did see Robin's suit, and it was spray painted and graffitied on it, saying like, ha ha ha, joke's on you, Batman, and everything. And clearly, that meant that the Joker had killed Robin. But since then, we've never really gotten any follow-up on this, and we're hoping we may see some sort of flashback on that in the Snyder Cut of Justice League, with Jared Leto now returning for that film. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But now we do have a kind of possible explanation of what kind of happened here and what went on, especially because Zack Snyder has since confirmed that this was Dick Grayson's Robin that died, not Jason Todd. So that makes things even crazier. Because there is this fan comic that just came out from David Houck, at Davey Creates on Instagram, so definitely go check him out. But he just released this fan comic inspired by the stories of Zack Snyder and David Ayer, and it's called Batman: A Death in the DCEU. And it basically shows how the Joker killed Robin, and it's really interesting. So I'm going to break it down and everything because it's really cool. First of all, this cover is just amazing. And if you haven't read this yet, just know it's really cool. You're definitely gonna want to stay here and find out what this is all about. So let's just get it started here. So page 1, let's zoom in here a bit. Alright, so we have Alfred narrating the whole thing. He says, Batman needed Robin, the so-called dynamic duo. I've supported Bruce in his suicidal campaign against crime because he has done good. He has taken his pain and his rage and used them as a tool that has saved lives. But there is a darkness in him, a darkness that would have consumed him much earlier had Robin not been there. Alright, so we're getting the explanation here. And then I think it's also interesting how in none of these shots it actually shows the front of Robin's face. That's obviously because there's no actor that's playing him. So I think that's an interesting detail here. So he continues on. When the boy was here, despite all the pain, all the trauma, all the darkness, Bruce had the slightest bit of hope. There were moments, glimpses really, of the hope I had once seen in a young Master Bruce's eyes. Robin kept Batman's demons at bay until, the death of Robin. Batman's hope was taken away by him. I mean, I just love this shot. Plus the wording here is just so awesome. And of course, him is the Joker. The light was gone. Not the face. I damage easily. And Batman let his demons out. I love this page. Like, just look at this. Batman is filled with rage. He's taking it out on the Joker. And also, one interesting detail here you might want to note is that the Joker does not have any tattoos. And that's one of people's biggest problems with Jared Leto's Joker and his design is just that he's covered in tattoos. Well, this comic explains why he has those tattoos. So he starts off without them. So he starts off as the good old plain white-faced Joker that we always love. But then it shows how he gets the tattoos. So we got newspaper here. The Gotham Gazette. Terror in Gotham. The Bat's brand of justice turns brutal. Oh no. So this also explains why Batman got darker and why he started branding people and everything. Gotham City changed that day. Bruce changed. He changed. So then it shows the Joker. He's here. He's all stitched up and stuff. And then he says, you do excellent work, my friend. And then it shows Victor Zsasz covering him in tattoos and stuff. So this is basically to cover up his stitches, I'm assuming. I think it's a cool explanation. Because, like I said, pretty much everybody hates those tattoos. So I guess now, if we consider this canon, even though it's not, you know, at least you can kind of go with, at least there's like a reason for him to have tattoos other than just the Joker wanted tattoos. Plus, I think it's cool that Victor Zsasz is the one that's doing it, even though that's not what he looks like in Birds of Prey. That's what he looks like in the comics, so that's really cool. And then we get kind of a quick montage here of Batman fighting some other villains and being much more violent. Justice gave way to vengeance, and vengeance turned to hatred. I knew it would take nothing short of a miracle to bring Bruce back. So we see him fighting like Killer Croc here down in the corner, Scarecrow, Riddler, they all look pretty cool. And then we get the final page here. A direct intervention from God to take him from his darkest valley. Men are good. Into the light. To be continued. So, yeah, guys, that was it. That was the comic. I hope that it actually does get continued. I don't know if it is, but that'd be really cool if it was. But this is really cool because this also explains why in Batman v Superman, Batman was so against Superman at first, because he kind of lost his trust in people and he kind of just let loose. Because that was one of the things I didn't really like about Batman v Superman, was that when we were first introduced to Batman, he was just automatically against Superman. So I like that you kind of have this explanation here now. So that's really cool. And overall, this comic is just really awesome. It explains so many things in the DCEU. Even though this isn't actually canon, it'd be cool if like maybe Zack Snyder came out and said like, hey, we're going to consider this canon now because this is just so good. It explains how Robin died. It explains why Joker has the tattoos. It explains why Batman is so violent and brutal. And it's just so good. So guys, let me know down in the comments below, what did you think about this fan comic, Death in the DCEU? What do you think about it? Would you like this to be canon? What do you think of all the explanations, all the stuff that we were confused about in the DCEU? And yeah, so this was great. But thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.